Awesome. Let's get started. How's everybody doing? Welcome, Koga. And we see we have Paladin as well. Welcome to you guys. We're super excited for this new partnership that we have launched. So, for those that don't know, we just posted a couple days ago our new partnership with Paladin. What that means is that they will be creating a bug bounty program on our platform. So, it's super exciting to get to know the team and get to know what they're doing, but also learn about their security, which is the purpose of a lot of these Twitter spaces, is to learn about the team, but also to learn about their current security measures and what they're doing. So let's get started. Let's start with a little bit of an intro. For those that don't know me, my name is Alejandra. I am the community manager here at Hats Finance. I do everything related to Twitter and Medium. If you have ever read our articles, that was probably me. And yeah, I'm super excited to be with Paladin today and just learning a lot from them.
Hi everyone. So I'm Koga. I'm one of the co-founder and CTO at Paladin. And so we also have like Fige, my other co-founder in the call, and I guess some other member of Paladin that can join in if you want more info about the project and everything.
Awesome. Is Paladin also speaking today? Can try to invite them to speak. Or is it just you?
I guess we can invite them in case there's questions that they can take over instead of me, but I'll be mainly the one talking today.
All right, no problem. Sounds good. Well, let's get started. So, I was able to do a little bit of research regarding Paladin. So, when I write these articles, when we onboard new people, I'm able to do a lot of this research. But tell me more about what your project is about for those that are listening, what you're building with Paladin, maybe some key characteristics, what makes your project unique from other projects that might be doing something similar.
Our main goal at Paladin is to enhance the power of the governance token, being just like useless governance token that just have like voting power, or something that's a bit more evolved and complicated as the tokenomics, for example, the CRV and everything. So Paladin, the first app we released, is a lending protocol where people can just borrow the voting power and not the token in itself, and just pay for receiving voting power. And then we released the Warden apps, which are Warden Boost and Warden Quest, which are aimed to give more yield opportunities to VCRV holders by either selling their boosting power from their VCRV balance or V bar balance and everything. And Quest is a new take on voting incentives, where we propose a system where voters know in advance what reward they'll get, and they have like a fixed amount and a certitude of receiving rewards if they participate correctly in the votes.
Yeah, that's really awesome that you mentioned voting mechanisms, because I think for anybody that wants to make a statement for a new proposal that has just been dropped, and you can have a level of a little bit more power and be able to make decisions. So I think that can be really powerful for especially big like teams where the DAO has just so many people. I think that can be very, very useful. What type of products do you currently have? You say you meant you have like the voting. People can get voting. Is that your main product, or do you have anything else?
So we have like two main products right now. The Paladin Landing app, as said earlier, like the one where people can borrow voting power, and the other one, which is called Warden, and which is for the tokenomics. So as I said earlier, like voting incentives and selling of your boost on VCRV. So those are the two main ones right now. Like we are focusing on increasing the quality of those two products, either with the new features that we add or a new coming version for one of them. So we work on both at the same time, and we try to make those the really the most interesting protocols for users that just want to play around voting power, or for DAOs that need voting power to create proposal in other DAOs systems, for example, like in Aave listing or something like that.
That's amazing. I'm very curious to know a couple questions regarding that. So the first one is, if you are looking to, if you're using the Warren product, and you're looking to sell your boost, or give some boost, for how long are you giving it to people? How do you define the prices? I find it very interesting. Um, and I'm imagining you have like a smart contract where people don't necessarily like leave their like the tokens doesn't leave their wallet, or what is the mechanism?
So for the boosting, well, for Paladin, when people rent the voting power, it's never leaving the Paladin contract, so they deposit into a pool, and we move it into sub-contracts that will just delegate the voting power, but never send the token to the borrower, so they can just receive the voting power, pay the fees on that one up front, and when there is no more fees and the interest rate add up all the paid upfront fees, we get back the voting power, and the borrower loses the delegation. And in the case of Warden, it's built on V tokens, so those tokens are not transferable. They never leave the user's wallet, so that's why we have like a contract that works in a bit different way, where the boosting power is just one of the parts of the global system, and they will simply like set up their constraint, like say, okay, I won't delegate more than 2 weeks at a time, or after the like maybe in 2023 my offer will expire and you cannot get delegation from me anymore, and all of those little parameters, so users can have like the most of the control over that system. And considering the price for VCIV boost renting, we either let the user choose their own price depending on what they think is the best price for their balance and for their boosting power. Like if they don't want to sell under like 1 cent per week, they won't, or whatever the example value that is, or they can just opt in a system where we have a price that we advise and we calculate depending on the market condition and how the boost lending is doing, and we can adapt it and propose them a system where they just don't have to come and update the price when it's needed. They can just trust the system to get them the best price they can.
Great. That was very, very insightful. Thank you. If anybody has questions at any point, feel free to put it on the comments. And then at the end, if anybody still has questions, we can always open it up. But that was very, very insightful. Now, when it comes to your team, I'm very curious. I know you're the one today that's here. Is your team, are you guys like currently like anonymous? Are you guys like doxxed, or how is your team going about that?
It's depending on each member. Like most of the team is pseudonymous or fully doxed. Mm-hmm. We don't have that much of members that are fully anonymous, and yeah, we mainly use our pseudonyms, but most of the time you can find the infos if you want to know like who we are beyond like just the Koga or Fige handles. And yeah, so that's it. Like we don't force anyone to be docs or even in the community, but if you want, you can just find it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm curious to know, you explain, the utility of what your project is. Very, very insightful. You mentioned the tokens are non-transferable. Do you have your own token? Can you tell me more about like your token and like how people can use it within the protocol?
Yeah, we have the token, so the Paladin token, ticker is PAL, PAL. And that token is simply for like buying, selling, like all the simple price action. And then we have a system where users can stake that PAL token to get Holy PAL, so the Holy Paladin token, which is named HPAL. They get like a little bit of reward on staking, and then if they want to increase those reward and get like a better APR, they can lock it from a period going to 3 months to 2 years, and they get like a multiplier on that. They get a bit more voting power. Also in our current governance system, like in our own governance system, the HPAL is the only one that provides voting power. And of course, that token is also available on the Paladin app. So we also have a pool with our own token. So if you want to borrow voting power, you can get it from that pool if you want to. Or if people have HPAL but they don't plan to use it on governance and they don't plan on delegating it to one of the awesome delegates that participate in our community, they can just park it in that pool. It will auto compound the rewards they get from the HPAL system, so they get more HPAL over time. And if people need their voting power to participate in our governance, they can run it for them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was insightful. When it comes to like the token, you explained a little bit on the token utility. I was going through your website as well earlier, and I was going through the documents. Can you, and I was very like it was great to see more about the roadmap. But do you have like any other, as part of the roadmap, you have two main products. Are you looking to like do any other products in the near future, or what is the roadmap for like your platform? Are you looking to do like B2 or B3? How is that looking for you guys?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we will have like our two base apps, and the plan right now in the roadmap is to make those the best in the market. So either like have new feature, new updates for those, or even new versions. We are working a lot since October, like August. Sorry, my bad. Since August, like we are really deep into building mode, and we have like a few things that are gonna come out pretty soon, or in early 2023, which we are really like excited to release and to present to the community, to all the DeFi ecosystem, because we think it's gonna like bring it to a new level in terms of governance incentives, or new governance games with those products. So can't say exactly what and when we're gonna release, but yeah, there's new things coming in.
Yeah, that's awesome. I am looking forward to see what you're working on. Maybe like maybe we can retweet it, check it out, because I'm looking forward to see how, I'm sure if you like create more products, or if you go into a newer version, I'm sure that would also apply into our bug bounty, which there's new contracts that people can check out and potentially be able to get a bug bounty through hats and through Paladin. So that's exciting as well. But now let's move into the security side of things, because that's where Hats Finance comes in. So for those that don't know us, we're a decentralized bug bounty platform, and we're hosting tons of projects to be able to create decentralized bug bounties. What that means is that it's not only community owned, community can come in and deposit, but at the same time, you have projects that can create in a permissionless manner a bug bounty. So it's really exciting. And I always like to, every time we bring in projects, we like to ask them about their security and things like that, because it's something that's very, very important to us. So I'm curious to know more about Paladin's journey, and more specifically talking about like the beginning, which is the auditing side of it. Have you guys been audited, and how many times have you been audited until now?
So for the Paladin lending app, we've been audited before releasing it. So during summer 2021, yeah, summer 2021. So we had like a full audit of the whole system by the Pessimistic team, which was really cool. And the tokenomics parts of our system, so the HPAL and the staking and locking, went through a Code Arena contest that is available on our website and on their website too, which bring a lot of interesting feedback on the system, and a lot of like a good set of eyes from a lot of hackers all around the ecosystem. Then before releasing our Quest product, we also got it audited by the Superbit team. So same, like really cool that with a lot of good auditors, and really happy about that audit. And lately we also had like the latest Code Arena contest for one of the updates to come on our Warden app. So the judging is still planning on that one, and the review should come out soon. But yeah, same. It was audited before we can release anything on that new update.
Great. Yeah, it looks like you had a good amount of eyes into that code, which is awesome. In any of the audits, I know you mentioned you guys did like a competition with Code Arena and they found something interesting. Will you mind sharing maybe some of the things that they found if you are able to speak on it?
Well, yeah, on the tokenomics part of it, like it was simply a mistake that wasn't seen in the test because wasn't provided for. It's just simply like the HBAR system has a cooldown logic where you need to activate the cooldown, wait 10 days, and then you have like an amount of days to withdraw the tokens. And after that, you need to go again because they are locked and you'll need to trigger the cooldown again. Pretty much the same system Stake Abbey has. But with the version that we presented to the Code Arena contest, we set the times of cooldown at 10 days and the unstake window at 7 days. So users have like a comfortable window to get the token out, like so gas price doesn't block them or anything, like if it's a high trading week and gas price is really high. But we didn't check it out thoroughly, and that setup with 10 days or 7 days means people could game that system and skip the cooldown by using like another account or even a smart contract that always has the cooldown on and can skip that one and always be able to unstake without having to wait the 10 days and everything. So now it's down to 10 days of cooldown, 5 days to unstake, which is something that was decided after a good discussion with all the participants on the Code Arena contest that gave their feedback and a bit of back and forth to find like the best setup we prefer, like between security and a good user experience.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it looks like that was a really good feedback from security researchers. Now that you guys open a bug bounty here with Hats Finance, I'm super curious to see if in the past, like I think is this your first bug bounty? Is it with us?
We already had one for Paladin on Iminify when we released the project, so a year and a half ago. But that's the first bug bounty for the Warden apps. So yeah.
Got it. And during that time that you already had an ongoing bug bounty, did you guys got any vulnerabilities on that time?
We got a couple of submissions. One of them was something that was not breaking like or a high vulnerability, but something that we needed to take in account and take care of in case it was misused. But yeah, it's always interesting to have like through bug bounty, like a lot of different participants in the ecosystem that might be not on our project but are diving in and just inspecting the code to check out like everything. Like we started the bug bounty with you guys just recently, and today we already had like I had a discussion with a security researcher that went through the tokenomics stuff and thought that there was some stuff that might be having issues or bugs, which allowed to have like a big discussion, explain like how the system was working. In the end, it's not an issue. Like it was just like a bit of a misunderstanding of the code, but always cool and also helps us to like to have like a both feedback and also written on the code and make sure like the things are working the way we wanted them to.
Got it. Yeah, thank you for the transparency and the information. I think this can be very helpful for community members, but also for security researchers that might be listening or are going to listen to this right after we finish, because we always get questions from security researchers that, are actively looking for bugs. And, we're coming with different initiatives to help security researchers know when like a scope, a new contract gets added, or the scope of work has changed and things like that. So thank you so much for the transparency. I'm very curious to know more on the details on your smart contract. Are you guys right now on Ethereum only, or are you in any other layer ones? And how did you guys like build? You can just do like a brief overview as well on how the contract was built.
So on the chains question, we are currently just on Ethereum because our point of view is just to deploy a project where they are needed, not just deploy for the sake of deploying on other chains. So right now, about governance and everything is happening on mainnet, so on Ethereum. So we stay here, but if we have like interesting opportunities to have those same products work on a sidechain or on L2 that is EVM compatible and that will have like a good impact on the ecosystem, we all consider that and make the careful like reviews of the code, like checks to make sure like on that sidechain there's no and like unexpected behaviors. And on the way we build smart contracts, so our process most of the time is um, we start by like scoping out all of the project and all of how it should work, like the different part that should be in smart contracts or that can just be outside of it, and scope like the whole idea of how the smart contract should work. Then we code those and write the all the tests, so unit tests, integration tests that we can think of on those. Run a few easy to use security tools, so like Slither and Medix CLI tools on it to have like a first round of security check internally. And then when we have either like reviews from other devs that we trust in the ecosystem or security review through audits or Code Arena contest, we build the front end or all the different like code that needs to be outside of smart contract but interact with it.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. That's great to know that you guys are only on Ethereum at this moment. But I think that can be very helpful for people that are gonna go and check your contracts. So thank you for that. Now, I know we have maybe a couple people in this room that are security researchers. Is there anything you would like security researchers to know about your project, or maybe specific things that you're looking, or you'll be interested in if they found a specific vulnerability?
Well, it's more of like a lot of our products, especially on the Vaadin side, like they heavily interact with the Curve system, so the V token system, the V boost for delegation, and all of those mechanics. So like I'll also advise to get a deep understanding of how those systems could work and have like maybe a check over those systems too when trying to check out the code if you don't want to be like too lost in how the, for example, the Warden boost delegation works, because sometimes like if you come from out of the blue and have no idea what V tokens are, like what the V boost system is, it can be a bit messy to understand the system. But once you scope it out, like you have like a better understanding. And of course, if you want any question about like how the system works, you can also hop into the Paladin Discord and come. We have like a support channel where you can ask question or an idea box if you think like some stuff that might be interesting on the way we work with the Curve contracts.
Great. So now you guys know, if you heard it, feel free to reach out, go to the Paladin Discord. And, it looks like they're a great community to go and ask them questions about their bug bounty. You can also come into our community as well. We do have a chat specifically for security researchers. So if you're interested in being part of that, we can definitely add you. Just click on our Discord in our profile and you'll be more than welcome to join. But I do I want to make sure we end this on a good note. But if you go into the Hats Finance Z app, you can see that the Paladin bug bounty is listed. You can, if you want to get more specifics on everything that they're doing, you can click on their vault, and then it will take you to the contracts, and it will also tell you, the way they're dividing the vulnerabilities by critical, medium, and low vulnerabilities, and depending on how much of a critical vulnerability it is, you'll get paid. You see how much. And the other great thing is that outside of the monetary incentive, you also get NFT rewards and you get entered into our upcoming TGE. Again, going and read into our newest article on the airdrop machine and what we're launching. But if you find any vulnerabilities, you actually can, have some level of access once that happens. But again, go and read our Medium article about it. But the last thing I do want to say, that when it comes to Hats Finance, that makes very unique. I know Koga mentioned, they had a bug bounty in the past, and now, they're with Hats Finance. But one of the key values that I always like to emphasize when it comes to Hats Finance is the permissionless and non KYC aspect of Hats Finance. What that means is that it is fully encrypted. When security researchers send a vulnerability, the message is encrypted and goes directly to the team. Hats Finance here to support, but we're not going to be doing the negotiation. Immediately, the first people to find out is the team, is the committee team. So that's one of the key values of Hats Finance. And it's also the fact that community members can have ownership. If you are a Paladin community member and you want to protect, obviously, if you are in the project, you believe in the project, and you want to make sure it's going to be there for a while, the best way to do that is to become a chain protector, to come in and be able to help them. And you can do that by depositing into the vault, into the Paladin vault, and help the project protect themselves. And you can also participate into the liquidity mining of Hats Finance once our token becomes available. So I really like that community aspect of Hats, and how everybody can join regardless of how much you know about security. So I really love that about that. But the other thing, again, if you guys want to check out our other bug bounties, we have tons of bug bounties available. We also have done different capture the flags, and we have other different games and incentives that we're going to be doing for security researchers. So I really do encourage everybody to go and check our website and follow us on Twitter to know about these future initiatives that we're launching. But I think other than that, that's it. We were really happy to bring in the Paladin team so they can tell us more about their project. And if we have any questions, feel free to everybody to come on stage, raise your hand. Koga, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think we went through. If I forgot anything and any other of my colleagues has something they want to participate in or say, like, I'll let them take my place.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, it looks like we are good. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We're super thankful that you took the time, and we'll most likely talk again, with this partnership, and let us know if there's any other ways that we can support you guys in your future initiatives. And yeah, I'm excited for this partnership.
Yeah, same for us. Like, it's really interesting, and excited to see what will come out of that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for everybody that joined. We'll see you in our next Twitter space. Next week, we will be bringing another team to come and talk about their bug bounty program, and kind of like what we did today, but with a different protocol. So I won't give too much information on who this project is because we still have that announcement to make. But feel free to join us. We'll make the announcement sometime this week. Everybody, have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.